Alright, so today I'm going to be looking at the US dollar CAD and I'm going to be doing a complete analysis, working my way down from the weekly and daily time frames where I'm going to be finding direction, and then I'm going to go to the 4-hour and the 1-hour for entries. So starting with the weekly time frame, what I've done, I've identified that this market has been moving in a range since May 2015. Every time we touch the bottom of the range, we go up, and every time we touch the top of the range, we drop. So we went up, we dropped. So most recently, my direction or my bias is that this market is going to go up. One of the things that we need to understand is that as long as the market stays in this range, all right, I have no choice but to look for buying opportunities as this market moves up. And then once it touches the top, I have no choice but to look for selling opportunities. If the market breaks out of this range, then that changes things. But for now, we're in the range and we're working our way up. On the weekly, we had our first A, B, C to D swing. Now that we've had this swing completed, I'm going to expect a correction, and then I'm going to expect the market to go again. But while we were in this purple box, so I identified this purple box a while back, and while we're in this purple box, or my zone from C to D, I basically was looking for buying opportunities. So when I go down to the daily time frame, this is what this translates to. As long as I see this purple box from the weekly, I want to find buying opportunities from the daily. So now when I go to the daily chart, what I was doing is looking for up ABCD's reasons to buy. That's how when I share this with clients, I share this opportunity here as this market basically coming back down, finding some support and then pushing up again. And that translated into us trading here. Our trader plus clients were able to basically trade, and the market pushed up, corrected, pushed up, corrected. This was one trade that we took. This was the second trade that we took. So 280 on this trade and 320 on this trade. So that's 600 pips. And these two opportunities roughly about 2 weeks apart. And this is what we shared with you all in the group. So again, how did I get to here? I got to here from finding my direction from the daily. Now, if this is where the daily is currently at, what I'm expecting the market to do now is wave. So we know the market doesn't move in a straight line. It's not just going to push up in a straight line. So the same way we had A, B, C to D, what we should see happening now is this market wave A, B, C to D. We should see a wave again for the market to correct, and then we should see a new A, B, C to D forming. So for now, I'm not going to be buying because the market just hit this Fibonacci D extension, and I'm a Fibonacci trader. And what we should see happening is, I like this area here. This is an area where the market rejected once, twice in the past, and we're now approaching it for the third time. So we should see this market correct from here, and after the correction, then I want to start back buying. So based on your skill level, what you can do is probably look to trade bearish for a while, but you need to wait for confirmation because this is bullish. If you are trading bearish, you are going to need to understand that you would be counter trend trading or trading against the trend because the current trend is bullish. So you can do it, however, because remember this is the weekly chart. So you're talking about some big opportunities. This move all the way back down here is going to be over 600 pips before we probably have a push up again as the market starts moving to make a higher high again. Because remember, we'd start at a low, we made a high, we'd have a higher low than the previous low, higher high. So now we're looking for a higher low than this low for the market to continue to push again. So I would be looking for a bearish setup. If I get one here, I'll probably go to the daily and look for the daily to start waving down. When we get down into this area here, which is 1.2760, 1.2760, that area, I would start looking for the market to resume its bullish trend, and that's when I'd be looking to buy the US dollar, Canadian dollar.